What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to Epcot for New Year's Eve.
It is going to be crazy tonight, but we are ready.
Yeah, if you guys were watching or trying to watch the live stream earlier, we just kind of wanted to give you guys like a quick view of what it was looking like. I mean, it's only 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it is super crowded already, so.
And it's so bad, we couldn't even keep the live stream going because the bandwidth is just like not enough for all these people.
Yeah.
Magic Kingdom closed earlier today for capacity, so pretty insane.
Yeah.
But we are ready for tonight.
So it's really extremely difficult even to try and vlog right now, as this walkway, we're trying to, so we started back here in China because that's where we ended the live stream at, but we're now trying to make our way back up to the front. Taylor wants to get a photo in front of Spaceship Earth. Well, not in front, but by one of the walls over there because of her blue outfit.
The blueberry wall.
And this is really difficult. Oh, and speaking of coming out of China, we passed through Norway, and I know that normally the line for Frozen Ever After is actually pretty long, but the line was so long, it was outside basically of the actual pavilion. Yes. And they even had like the rope bands up, trying to keep the line somewhat like okay, as we continue to get squeezed down to fit through the walkway. So we've made it back up here to the front. Taylor got a few photos over here in front of the blueberry wall. Right here behind me, the line is actually starting to go down. It used to be back at the bathrooms at the front of the park. Is the line to get into the hats and horns that you're going to be consistently hearing throughout the night. If you're here at Epcot, they are kind of fun and it's great for kids, but you will get used to the noise, trust me. And you know what? The other thing too is that it's a little bit festive. You know, have fun with it, enjoy the night. It's going to be busy, but we're waiting for the silent disco. I don't know if we're going to go anywhere because we really want to do that before it gets too crowded. So I don't know what to do now.
Twiddle your thumbs.
Well, it's been like 10 minutes. So I responded to some YouTube comments. So thank you everybody for commenting on our videos. I reply when I have time. Alright, so I came back up here to the front of the park because, hello, they probably have a times guide for New Year's Eve, which they do, which is really cool. So this is the updated times guide. They've got Epcot Forever, which starts at 6:30, which is pretty cool. And then they have the New Year's Eve countdown fireworks, which starts at 11:40, and that, you know, includes all of the countries, which is really awesome. They just kind of give you some tips on food. So, for example, the only place that's going to be open all night long for quick service is the Sunshine Seasons, which is located over in the Land. And that runs from 8 a.m. until 1 a.m. And they have a lot of options over there too, which is really cool. One thing that we were concerned about is on the back of the Times Guide, which is the Silent Groove DJ Elliot Hansen and DJ Dana Solomon, which is over in front of the Pin Traders area. It starts at 7 and runs till 11:35. So they actually quit that before the final kind of countdown for fireworks. So when in doubt, grab a times guide for something special like this. I'm sure Magic Kingdom probably has one too, that's very specific to let you know what's going on. So yeah, pretty cool. So it's now only 5 o'clock. We might go try to walk around and do something until then, but the silent disco is our first stop.
New Year's Eve at Epcot is officially starting. It is 7 p.m. and we are going into the Silent Groove. This is like my favorite thing here of the night. I mean, I love the other dance parties too, but this one is awesome. So we were actually like the second family in line because, you know, we're extra like that. So we're gonna get our headphones and we're gonna get our groove on.
So what's really hilarious right now is I don't have I took the things off, right, so I can hear what's going on. But you can hear they're singing. Really, they're not singing as much. But this was really cool, because if you don't know what's going on, you're just walking by, you just hear people yelling at the top of their lungs lyrics to songs that are familiar, but it's really funny, and it's always just such a blast.
So we just finished at the silent disco, which I could have stayed in there all night, but Josh needs a coffee break, so we're gonna make our way over to the new Starbucks. And if you didn't know, here on New Year's Eve at Epcot, they have the grassy areas open here that are like looking into World Showcase, so you can actually sit in here to watch the fireworks. There's already some people camping out here. They got about 4 hours still till the fireworks though, so great place for viewing if you want to sit down and relax. But now on to Starbucks.
All right, so we just got out of Starbucks. We're kind of making our way into Mexico. It was about 40 to 45 minute wait, and that was shorter than what it was actually when we got out. When we actually got out of Starbucks, the line was even longer. So
it was.
Again, prepare yourself for some long lines here tonight when you're here for Epcot's New Year's Eve party.
Oh, something I really wanted to mention is about bathrooms. So lines for bathrooms get extremely long here on New Year's Eve. Try and find or know where the bathrooms are that have a lot of stalls, because the bigger bathrooms, even with a long line, are going to move a lot faster than a bathroom with, say, like 5 or 6 stalls. So make sure you use the longer, not longer lines, but bigger bathrooms.
So another thing to keep in mind too is that when you're coming in and out of World Showcase, on both sides they have alternate exits, and that's just to kind of help the flow of traffic a little bit more. So, you know, right here we're at the basically transition from Mexico to Norway. You can actually exit behind the Mexico Pavilion, and it'll bring you back out. And I think it brings you back out near Test Track, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
And so it kind of helps the flow of traffic a little bit, not a whole lot, but keep that in mind.
We have made our way to China. I'm so excited for the flames and some fire-breathing or smoke-breathing dragon and some dancing. We gotta try and cross, quick! Wiggle your way in there, but it's like a whole like jump in and like bass drop in, and then there's a dragon that blows smoke and fire shoots up in the air. Like, it is such an awesome feeling to be in there, because it's just like so much like adrenaline. It's so awesome. So now it's time to head to Italy and see what the dance party is all about this year.
Camped out waiting for the fireworks to get started. And one thing to really keep in mind about this is, as you're like moving through World Showcase and everything, I think we've already said this, but just keep in mind that like there are directions in which you're supposed to be going. I think it's really funny whenever you get up kind of like to the what I would call like the hub area, which is normally where the tree is at. They've got people up there with signs, and it's a roundabout. So if you try to go opposite of the roundabout, they will yell at you and they will stop you.
You gotta follow the arrow.
We count down together to welcome 2020. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Happy New Year, everybody! I know that this is a really weird ending because usually we ended in the parks, but hey, we just found out today, whenever we went to go do Beaches and Cream, as a dining review, that something happened to the new A7 that we have. I think like the plug for the mic in there came loose or something. I got bumped while we were at Epcot for the New Year's Eve party. So that went out of commission, and then we didn't really even know how bad it was until we got back and we started editing New Year's Eve video from last night. So yeah, but just to wrap it up real quick for you guys, New Year's Eve is a blast. Understand that it is going to be super crowded, so don't obviously think that like, oh, it's New Year's Eve, it's going to be not very busy and not crowded. If you don't mind the crowds or you can get by the crowds, it's going to be a blast. Now, there is a lot of alcohol that's served, so keep that in mind. We did see plenty of families there with kids, and those kids were having a good time too. But hey, you know, it's New Year's Eve at Epcot. Epcot turns into a completely different place on New Year's Eve. It's far different than would be at Magic Kingdom. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. Let us know down in the comments below if you guys have ever been to New Year's Eve, and if you're maybe planning to go to New Year's Eve after seeing this, or are you not going to go to New Year's Eve because you've seen this?